So this is going to be one of the rawest YouTube videos you ever see me make. There's going to be very light edits on this, and I'm not going to talk about something that a lot of people talk about. And technically this is a talking head, but since I'm literally standing in the middle of the streets in Brooklyn, no, I don't live in New York, I'm just visiting, I want to call this a standing head, I guess. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jaden, and literally over the last 5 years, I've dedicated my life to not only creating content, but also leveraging content for my business, for my desired business. And over the last 3 years, I've been teaching and helping entrepreneurs do the exact same from various platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and now YouTube. And I want to tell you the reality of using and leveraging social media for your business. See, here's the thing that I see a lot of entrepreneurs get wrong. And I know this because I talk to hundreds of entrepreneurs. The issue is like two main things, really. Number one is most entrepreneurs think they need to actively go out and find content ideas. They think they need to go out and look at their For You pages, their Explore pages for hours to find good content and then try to ethically steal that content, which is completely wrong. And I don't want to call it completely wrong because yes, it does get traffic. Yes, it does allow you to get views. And obviously, most of the time, those views turn into followers. But here's the hidden thing behind all of that. If you're an expert, right? You're a real life expert. People know you on the street. You walk around your hometown. People know you for a thing. 9 times out of 10, you don't have a social media presence that reflects that. And so if your goal with social media is to get on there and become an online authority just as much as you are a real life authority, creating content that everybody else is making is not going to support that. And I hate to tell you. And the reason that is because not only are you going to grow from that content, yes, 100%, but the back end of that nobody talks about is the fact that the people that are following you because you look like everybody else. And when you look like everybody else, you sound like everybody else, you talk about the exact same topics that everybody else talks about in the same way, you aren't an authority. You don't look like somebody special. You're not somebody worth following long term, let alone if you're not all of that, you're not somebody worth buying from. And so for every entrepreneur out there, one of the biggest goals you should have with social media is being able to convert that audience into your own audience. Whether you don't even want to sell them an ebook, whether you just want to get them on your newsletter, right? Or you don't care to sell them a course, you just want to do something. But at the end of the day, they're not going to take that next step if you aren't creating content that is worth following. But then I run into the entrepreneurs who start to understand that concept, right? They're like, okay, Jaden, well, cool. I need to be able to make content that's not only worth following, but worth me being seen as an authority. And then at the same time, on the back end of that, I need to be able to make content that allows me to convert that audience. But how do I do that? And you do that by taking what you already know, have, and love, and leveraging that as your content. Here's what I mean. Every single entrepreneur out there, especially if you already are an expert, you have literally like one of these 3 things. And really, I always say it's like 5 things, but you have one of these 3 things. You have your own principles/frameworks that you use on a day-to-day basis that helps you get through your day-to-day work 10 times easier. You already have that. You have your own beliefs and you have your own experiences. And if you have all of those 3 and you truly have something to say, you can just make content around that. Instead of trying to go out and find all of these tips, tricks, hacks, and how-to videos, bro, just make content around what you already have. And here's why that works. That works because number one, you're going to be looked at in an entirely different group from everybody else in your industry, because everybody else in your industry is doing what I said not to do earlier, which is trying to ethically hack everybody, trying to make content just like everybody else. And that's the key issue. And so once you start to look like your own individualized category, then and literally only then will people start to be like, okay, Jonathan over here is separate from everybody else. He has his own takes. He has his own outlook on X strategies, X systems, X principles. He teaches me, so he brings me value. And therefore, I'm able to know him, like him, and trust him, which means I would spend my money with Jonathan. Now, you have no idea how underrated it is to be able to make content that gets your audience to know you, like you, and trust you, because those 3 things in and of itself is truly, truly, truly deep down the way that you get sales from social media. But here's the thing with creating content on social media, right? For your business specifically, whether your goal is to get traffic, whether your goal is to just grow an audience in general, or whether your goal is to truly, you don't give a damn about no follower count, you just simply want to convert them into cash. Here's the reality of it. If you are not consistent you will never see the benefits. You will never be able to reap the benefits of what it truly means to post social media content, because there are thousands, millions of people posting content online. And if you post 3 times a week, they're never going to get a chance to remember you. And if they don't get a chance to remember you, they won't even get a chance to get to know you. They won't even get a chance to get to like you, and they won't get a chance to get to trust you. And so consistency, hands down, plays the biggest part in all of this. And the reason that I really wanted to bring that up in this specific video, and I'll make this video quick, is for the simple fact that everybody online, especially people in my industry, right? Every content marketer out there, every other content hack, bro, they want to talk about the hacks. They want to talk about all of these different strategies that literally everybody else is talking about. They want to talk about this, that, here's how you do this, here's how you don't do this. And they give you the BS. And the key thing that ties all of those strategies, all of the real tips, all of the real how-tos together is flat out consistency. If you don't post, you won't get noticed. But it's not even just posting, because if you really want to accelerate the process, I hands down, 100% recommend. I recommend you do these 2 things. Number 1 is I recommend you say, your quality, right? Trying to make your videos perfect. Forget trying to make the edits crazy. Forget trying to make the quality A1. And number 2 is just post. I guarantee you, if you sit down for the next 30 days and you post 2 times a day on any platforms, but especially Instagram and TikTok, and you post 2 times a day, leveraging your frameworks, leveraging your principles, leveraging your beliefs, leveraging the things that you already know, leveraging your experiences and things that you've cultivated over years of you doing whatever you do, I promise you will gain an audience. But not only will you gain an audience, you will gain an audience of people who actually give a damn about what you have to say and future what you have to sell. And so obviously I want to make this video quick because I'm literally in the middle of the street, and well, I'm not in the middle of it. I'm on the sidewalk, but there's people walking past with their kids and stuff. And so I just want to drive that point home, man. I want to say, not only have an amazing day, but number 2, go create that content. And if you're an entrepreneur, you're like, yo, I get what you're saying. I feel it. I know I need to take that next step, but I need that guidance. Literally, bro, just scroll down below this video. No pressure. I'm not trying to hard sell you on anything, but I do have options for you to leverage that, because I've literally spent the last 3 to 5 years of my life trying to figure this out for entrepreneurs, and I've finally cracked the code. So if you want that help, scroll down below. Other than that, take this video, use this to your advantage, because I promise you it's going to help somebody. And if it doesn't help somebody, then I'm not doing my job correctly. Anyways, peace out. Thank me later.